In last video, we discussed about the Aquarius Ascendant in Vedic astrology and what foundation it has to offer. In this video, we are going to dive deep into the secrets of Pisces Ascendant. So keep watching. Namaste and welcome to Pramanik Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazadi, help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic astrology. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. You will be getting Vedic astrological videos just like this one. And if you're not following me on Instagram, well, this is my ID. Go follow me on Instagram. If you have any question, add me on Instagram. And if you are looking for readings and consultation, check out the link into the description section. 2019 is the year of manifestation. We are talking about the Pisces Ascendant. Before we talk about the Pisces Ascendant, let us discuss what is Pisces sign. Pisces sign has the energy of the original 12th house. It is the house of dissolution. It is the emotional sign ruled by Jupiter, which is all about letting go, which is all about the emotional dissolution of the self. The Pisces sign is ruled by two fishes, so this is a dual sign. And when you have the 12th house or Pisces energy into your first house, it makes you emotional, it makes you spiritual. You are very much inclined towards spirituality because the 12th house, which is all about spirituality, is into your personality, is into your first house. So you become spiritual. You love spirituality. In the second house, these guys have the energy of Aries. What is Aries? Aries is that fiery sign which is enterprising, which takes the initiative, which is all about the first house things, which is to take the initiative. And these guys have this energy into their Dhanasthan. So these people are often hardworking and work hard to get the financial stability in their life. So these are very hardworking people. The second house is also about your childhood friends, your childhood environment and the environment in your early life. And when you have that martial energy into their second house, what it shows is they have a very strict and disciplined environment growing up. In the initial years, in the childhood period, the environment was very disciplined and quite challenging for them. Depending upon their personality, it can be challenging, but what it shows is it is definitely disciplined because of the martial effect into the second house. In the third house, these guys have the energy of Venus. The third house is ruled by Venus. Third house is the house of communication. Venus also rules the 8th house of occult mysticism and the hidden things, occult things. Now you will realize how this personality is getting molded. The first house has that spiritual aspect to their personality, and now when it comes to communication, they are talking about the 8th house things, which is all about the occult mysticism and hidden things. So these people love to talk about these things. The 12th house things, 8th house things, which is all about spirituality. We'll talk about the energy, we'll talk about the healing, we'll talk about the UFOs, we'll talk about the aliens and all that stuff. In the 4th house, these guys have the energy of Gemini. Gemini is a very friendly air element social sign. So these people tend to keep their home environment very friendly. So these people are very particular about keeping the home environment friendly and tend to keep the communication in the home environment. So everybody is communicating with each other in their home space. In the 5th house, these guys get the energy of the Cancer. What is Cancer? Cancer is the 4th sign, which is all about stability. 4th sign is also ruled by Moon, which is also kind of fluctuating energy. So these people can have on and off love relationships, or they can have an emotional attachment with their children. This can also be seen from the fifth house is having that emotional environment of Cancer. In the sixth house, these guys have the energy of Leo. What is sixth house? Sixth house is all about the obstacles, opposition, your enemies, your daily routine, and diseases. So when you have the fifth house, when you have the Leo energy into this house, what it shows is these people are always in opposition with the government. These people might face opposition from their father as well. They may not be having a good relationship with their father, or they will have an inimical relationship with their father. They might face opposition from the government or the ruling authorities. Why? Because Sun is all about the government. Because Sun is the center of the solar system around which all the planets are ruling. Or Sun is the center of the solar system around which each planet is orbiting. So governments are also signified by Sun. Sun is also the signification of soul, but more so, Sun is also signifying anything which is firm and which governs everything else. In modern day, it can be seen as the governments. Governments rules countries. So Sun represents governments, and these people have the Leo energy into their sixth house, so they might face opposition. In the seventh house, these guys have the energy of Virgo. Virgo is a sign ruled by Mercury, which is an earth element sign, and earth element signs are more about their security. Earth element signs concentrate more on their securities rather than socializing like an air element sign, or being emotional like a water element sign, or being enterprising like a fire element sign. Earth element sign just have the survival mentality. These people will always look for the material security before anything else. So these guys have this sixth Rashi energy into their seventh house. So these people, when it comes to marriages, are very critical. They have very specifications and expectations about their partner. It can get fulfilled, it may not get fulfilled. It depends upon the planets, conjunctions, aspect, rulership, and all that stuff. But the foundation which we are talking about is they tend to be very analyzing in this area of their life. In the eighth house, these guys have the energy of the seventh Rashi, Libra. What is Libra? Libra, the first thing which comes to my mind is balance. And eighth house, the first thing which comes to my mind when I think of eighth house is ups and downs. And now these guys have the balancing environment into the ups and downs. So ups and downs are very much balanced into this house. Okay, so for Pisces Ascendant people, there are not many ups and downs in their life. It is balanced. Eighth house is also the house of the in-laws. So they have a very harmonious relationship with their in-laws. It can be diplomatic because it's the Libra sign, but it is very harmonious and balancing. In the ninth house, these guys have the energy of Scorpio. Scorpio is a sign ruled by Mars, but this is different from Aries. Aries is fire element. Scorpio is like an introvert, intense martial energy. And when you have this energy into the ninth house thing, ninth house is all about the spirituality and your religious beliefs, your higher beliefs. So these guys are determined about their spiritual beliefs, and they can give their life to their spiritual beliefs. Why? Because it is the martial thing. Once they are determined, like, yes, I will follow this, I will follow this philosophy, I will follow this spiritual practice, I will follow this religious philosophy, and they will follow it dedicatedly due to that Mars energy into the ninth house. In the 10th house, these guys have the energy of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a fire element sign with the higher belief. So these people tend to work for higher ideals. In the 11th house, these guys have the energy of Capricorn. Capricorn is the original 10th house. 11th house is the house of gains, and 10th house is the house of your karma. So these guys have that house of work into their house of gains. So they have to work hard to get the gains, and they tend to connect with larger organizations more than anybody else, because 10th house is all about the public life, the other self, being into that limelight. And 11th house is the house of socialization, is the ultimate house of networking. In the 12th house, these guys have the energy of Aquarius. Aquarius is an intelligent sign. Aquarius is a modern new age sign of information, and these guys have this energy of Aquarius into their 12th house. 11th house is all about networking, and these guys have the 11th house energy into the 12th house of the long distance travel, also the astral travel, the life beyond this realm. And these guys are connected to the other world and spirituality. So yes, this was Pisces Ascendant, as much as I could hold, grasp and share with you guys. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. You will be getting Vedic astrological videos just like this one. Hit that like button, subscribe if you aren't already, and sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibrations. See you in the next videos. Love and peace.